Hey guys, it's day 134 of being a boy, and I've been watching all the awards shows this season. First off, I was pretty fucked off for the Golden Globes, to be honest, because they're sponsored by Lilly, which is the pharmaceutical company that makes all these weight loss drugs, the semaglutide ones. And that is a hate crime against my sexual orientation. My well-documented lust for fat slags is a protected characteristic. And now all the slags are thin, even without drugs. Like, Count Dankula's lost a whole load of weight with just diet and exercise. Like, the worst part is he can outrun me. So much for my identity as a chubby chaser. Anyway, there were some pickings this year for the best films. Obviously the best one was Emilia Perez, which was all about the trans experience of committing crimes and then ditching your family and changing your identity to get away with it all. Then the film's star Carlos Figascon said some naughty things on Twitter, so that means that the film is now bad. Instead, if you want to see a trans musical, you can watch mine. Check out on my channel episode 69. I don't know why my dad makes such a big fuss about putting on a musical. I thought it was a piece of piss. I mean, my mum helped me do most of it, to be fair, so maybe you could just ask his mum. So, yeah, get her to do all the work. The big winner of the Oscars was Anora, a film all about a sex worker who has a super empowering and glamorous life. And I'm glad sex work is nice these days, because when it happened to my granny's friends, it was a fucking war crime. And even more recently, we had a ton of grooming gangs all over Britain that were trafficking underage folks into prostitution. But that's all over now, because the Home Office has announced a series of local inquiries, so that all the councils where it happened will investigate themselves and find that it's not happening anymore. I couldn't really get into the other films, to be honest. They're just not relatable without a trans character. Like, Dune was shite. It's all about this posh kid whose rise to power has been astroturfed by a suspicious cabal so that he can infiltrate an already struggling group and appropriate all their resources and hard work. Can't relate. Or The Substance, about a woman who's so desperate for external approval that she takes experimental drugs to create an entire new persona. Can't relate. Or the Crow remake, about a bunch of hedonistic wasted drug addicts. Can't relate. I want to see more people that look like me in cinema. So I'm very glad Kathy Bates is still getting work. My highlight of awards season was Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade at the NAACP talking about their trans child. About how beautiful she is, and how embarrassing it would be for them if she were just an effeminate boy. Now, people here on Turf Island especially have been saying, I don't know who that is. I've never seen anything Gabrielle Union's been in. I don't know who these people are. And you need to think about what you're saying. Because when you say these people aren't famous enough, what you're saying is they transitioned their child for nothing. So please, use nicer language, don't use Ozempic, and support trans folks in the arts. By liking, commenting and subscribing to my channel. Love ya.